What if we could stop the flow of ocean plastic directly at the source, using a simple, low-cost solution that can be deployed all over the world? Right now, rivers are actually the source of most ocean plastic, funneling thousands of tons of trash into the sea every single day. But this funnel actually creates a chance to stop the flow of plastic in its tracks. And we're teaming up with an international team of inventors and engineers who have proven that it can be done. They designed a system that can keep our oceans clean. And after 6 years of development, it's now ready to be deployed all over the world. So we sent Cameron to Mumbai to find out if it can survive one of the toughest testing grounds on Earth and transform this into this. We are Planet Wild. Welcome to mission 34.
So I'm here in Mumbai, and there's nowhere else in the world like this city. It's the beating heart of the most populous country on Earth, one of the fastest developing cities in the world, and the birthplace of some of my favorite movies. So behind me is the house of the one and only Shah Rukh Khan. Mumbai is also home to a huge expanse of mangrove forests that host over 100,000 flamingos every year. But like many big cities around the world, it has a problem: trash. Many parts of the city don't have proper waste management, so a lot of plastic waste ends up in rivers, pollutes the mangrove forests, and finally ends up here.
In fact, the majority of plastic in the ocean comes from rivers, around 4.7 million kilograms every day. If nothing changes, ocean plastic pollution will quadruple by 2050. And once plastic reaches the open water, it's extremely difficult to do anything about it. It spreads throughout ecosystems, breaks down into microplastics, and pollutes the entire food chain, including us.
I was just shocked by how much plastic was going to the ocean through the rivers. And then we realized there was no organization in the world that stops ocean plastic in rivers. And then we said, okay, let's found the first company that focuses exactly on that.
This is Carsten. He founded Plastic Fischer in 2019 with the goal to develop a simple, scalable, and effective solution to the plastic crisis.
We understood that it needs a very low-tech solution that we can build anywhere in the world from locally available materials to roll this out globally.
They have already stopped 2.5 million kilograms of plastic from entering the ocean. But this is just the beginning. Now it's time to really scale up their impact, which takes us back to Mumbai. To understand what makes this city so unique, we have to rewind. Mumbai used to be 7 separate islands, but beginning around 200 years ago, all the land in between these islands was filled in a massive land reclamation project, creating the Mumbai we know today. That means Mumbai is really vulnerable to flooding because of how close the sea level is.
This is a storm drain, and there are dozens of these throughout Mumbai, and they're designed to prevent the city from flooding, but they also collect a lot of that mismanaged waste that comes from the city. They flow through super densely populated areas where often waste is not collected at all. So a lot of waste is dumped into these drains, and they act as highways, carrying it all out to sea. But this means that plastic is focused into key areas where our solution can be deployed. So, how does it work?
Our first concept was actually a water wheel that would, with the flow of the water, collect the plastic from the water and bring it on land. But we realized it doesn't work because the flow speed is not strong enough. And then we had to come up with a new technology.
Instead of trying to over-engineer the solution, they decided to do the opposite. Make it simple. A floating barrier with a net skirt sits on the surface of the river and intercepts drifting waste, while fish and other aquatic animals can freely pass underneath. It's made from locally available materials and is strong enough to survive the monsoon season, but light enough to be installed without heavy machinery. And it can be repaired by the community itself, making it a solution scalable from tiny village streams to massive polluted rivers. And we are here with a team in India to build the biggest one they've ever done.
It's 42 meters wide across this entire drain. and that is stopping 10,000 kilograms at least from entering the ocean every month. And the most amazing thing is that this piece, the flotation device, is made out of 100% recycled plastic already collected from the trash booms installed by Plastic Fischer. And all of this work is only possible because of people just like you, because Planet Wild is entirely community funded. Every month, we go on a mission to clean up our oceans, bring back endangered species, and transform entire landscapes. So if you want to become a part of projects just like this, then you can join Planet Wild as a backer by following the QR code here or the link in the description. Now this is the final piece of the puzzle. It's a new upgrade for the trash boom and it's called the tidal compensator. It means that when the water level goes up and down with the tide, that the boom can rise and fall as well, meaning there's no leakage around the side. It's genius.
Okay, so the installation has been a success. Plastic Fischer has deployed more than 65 of these systems across South and Southeast Asia, and none of it would have happened without Harish, who leads the operation here in India.
I grew up in a coastal city and rivers and the oceans were a big part of life. And I saw that plastic pollution was becoming a bigger and bigger concern. And that really moved me and I wanted to stop the plastics from getting into the rivers, the oceans that I love very much, which I consider my home, and hopefully make it a thing of pride again.
Harish is taking us to another trash boom location on the other side of town. And as you can see, there is a lot of trash here that needs to get removed. So, let's do it. Every single day, Plastic Fischer collects the waste from their trash booms, but sometimes conditions cause trash to suddenly build up like we see here. And when that happens, collecting it is a big job.
So clearly this is too much work to do just by hand, so we need to call in some help.
This immense transformation is funded by the Planet Wild community, as well as another 3 months of daily cleanup here. But that's not all.
So that is one full truckload of waste collected from the trash boom, and now we have to process it.
Here at their own purpose-built facility, the team sorts the plastic into recyclable and non-recyclable, presses it into bales, and sends it out. Around 10% of the plastic collected is recycled, and the rest is sent to specialized plants where it's burned and converted to energy and even used to produce cement. This is called co-processing, and it's currently the best outcome for non-recyclable single-use plastics. Their facility is at the heart of the operation here in Mumbai, and that's why the Planet Wild community is supporting not only the new trash boom and the cleanup, but also the renovation and expansion of the facility. These upgrades mean that we now have the capacity to process double the amount of plastic every month. And we're gonna need it. Everywhere Plastic Fischer is active, they set up a local team to manage the project. So right now, there are 3 people working at headquarters in Germany and over 100 here in Asia. This means that with the help of partners like Planet Wild to fund the work, they can scale the solution much faster than a centralized organization ever could.
Besides all the environmental impact, there is a lot of social impact that we create as well. We hire only from the marginalized, informal sectors so that they have a stable source of income.
These people are nothing short of heroes. They're facing the plastic crisis every day, and together they're turning scenes like this into this.
I'm going to see plastics again here tomorrow. That just means more work for us, but that's all right. For as long as we have to do it, we will do it. But I just hope that there will come a tomorrow when we don't have to clean them up.
To make this a reality, we need to give people an alternative to open dumping. Industry and governments need to work together to build necessary waste infrastructure, and of course, we need to produce less plastic.
But first, you need a simple, scalable solution, and that's what we've got. And you also need people who care enough to do something about it.
We have proven that our approach works. So we want to create a blueprint that can be replicated around the world and effectively stop millions and millions of kilograms from entering the oceans.
And that's why it's so inspiring to me to spend time with Harish and all the team here, because I know that they're doing something. and they're making a difference.
If you want to make a difference, you can join Planet Wild as a backer with the QR code over here or the link in the description. And I really recommend you follow Plastic Fischer on their socials. There's a link in the description for that as well. Thank you all for watching. Over and out.
Okay, now it's my turn to... What am I saying? And this is the noise that the e-rickshaw makes when it's backing up.